Do you quit? Because I don't quit. You guys kept quitting on me. I don't quit. You tell me you don't quit. Where are you? Be here. And don't walk away from me just because I'm not doing what you want me to do. I don't quit. What is winning? Because I'm pretty sure I am the most consistent man in the world. Challenge me on it. I am the most consistent. I have been so consistent with you that I have made my own life inconsistent just to be inconsistent with you. I have been inappropriate about my priorities. I will admit to that. But I'm a very consistent person. Hello? I don't quit. Good. No, you don't, Bianca. Good to see you. I stay positive, kind, and consistent. Oh, good stuff. Good to hear it. Now, how do we define success? That's the next question. There are people who will try to be one above someone else for the sake of one-upping them. But those who are the real deal will step their game up for themselves and then offer a hand up to the next person. I haven't seen a whole lot of hand ups, believe it or not. Not in my lifetime. Not without strings attached. And I offer them endlessly as I sit on the bottom that I am apparently on and yet not. Winning would be you doing a hand puppet show with that wall and shadow you got going on behind you. Can I get it going? No, I literally have to put my hand right there. I have a duck bill. My hat looks like a duck beak. Yeah. What is winning? Tell me what winning is to you. What do you guys want to talk about? I like spending time with you. I don't want to make content. I just want to talk to you. Making content is so boring. But don't you agree? Like, if you had the choice between talking here or talking with you guys or making content and having to put work into the content, wouldn't you much rather put work into your relationships than into the content? I don't get why people would rather work on content than figure out how to talk with people they can't talk with. This is a lot more fun for me. It's my personal choice. It's why I'm so good at it. And yeah, I am really good at it. No, I don't make content, but I practically am content. So let's talk. Smitty, what's up, dude? How are you? I would just wing it. That's what I'm doing. I'm winging it. Nice to be back. How are you? Always would rather talk with you. Aww. My sweetheart. I'm following you. Good woman. Great person. Thank you. Yeah. Now, if you're really being nice to me, that's cool. And if you're brown nosing me, I'm down for that too. You can be fake. I've come to a point in my life where I am fine with being people being fake with to my face, as long as they're not. I wanted people to be real with me all the time. I don't think I want it anymore. I think I am finally okay with people brown nosing me. As long as they're not in my bed, you can brown nose me. I'm cool with that. I gotta move on with my life. No, will you be here with me? I love you. Okay, cool. I want your support. No, yeah, no. Just come Indian style with me. I love you. Working hard towards something and finally getting it. Oh, it looks like I'm getting something. I don't know if I'm going to get what I want, but looks like I'm getting something. Kat says, winning is not compromising your genuine self for the sake of others. Yes. Facts. Much agreed. You're a very nice person. Are you a real person? Are you a real life? Okay. I see it. Okay. She gets it. I try, not brown nosing. Oh my God. Some people. What? Okay. So, what is winning to you? What is winning to you? That's all I'm here for. And Katie is here for emotional support as I power through and get back to my 18 hours a day. which will be healthy and possible. And I'm kind of determined to be able to broadcast. I say 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, like a work schedule. That's my goal, is to have that I live stream as much as a work schedule. And anything after that, I'm like paying somebody else to put together content for it, or Katie's helping me out and putting together content based on those hours, like just the best moments. And people can go back and look at them and watch them during the times that I'm not live. My goal is to be the most present person on the internet. That's my goal. Because if there's one thing that every woman and man has offered me in their life so far, except the cowards, has been their presence. It has been time. Give me time. And so I want to give you as much as I can, because I have been given so much time. That, I must say, is I've been given endless amounts of time that I have been very ungrateful for. So, winning is scoring more points than the other team. You're welcome, says Jeff. I don't know. Funny. Yeah, I do see that people can treat life like a game, though, and that's a scary thought. Guys, I hate to break it to you, but social media, it's not a game when it involves your real life. I'm not playing to win like my life. I have my life. I'm just broadcasting and talking to people, and people are trying to compete with me like we are in Hunger Games. And it's not funny. I'm laughing, but it's not the Hunger Games. Just letting you know. Just filling you in. You know? At least I don't think it is. I mean, maybe I'm the idiot, but it wouldn't be the first time I'm accused of it. Winning to me is spreading positivity and kindness sincerely. I think everyone has a place. Everyone has a place and a purpose. I do. Sometimes positivity, sometimes not. I struggle with the non-positive side of things. I fought very hard to understand. But here's my question, Bianca. Do you think there is such thing as negative? Or is there just positive and then blank space? Because what my life feels like so far is like I'm positive, and the more I try to understand the negative, I just become negative. Stay positive, be kind, and always smile. I just don't think I can understand the negativity. Do you think women by nature are negative? Like we're positive, they're negative. I'm always looking for comparisons and understanding. But then again, like I said, the two chromosomes. I've just found the more that I let other people know without me knowing what's going on, that I end up getting fooled, which is why I've always found so much value in education. Because like I've fought to know so much, and I can teach, but nobody wants to hear what I have to teach anyway. So it's like, oh, okay, well this may actually be the best thing, because now I've learned and no one's expecting me to teach. They're just saying like, here's your paycheck. Like that's it. You don't have to teach. You don't have to do anything. Just sit there or dance, stand up and dance, make content. You don't even have to work. Like, so I get everything and a fun life, and expected nothing in return. Excuse me for having survivor's guilt. Jim, have you thought about doing a podcast? Maybe. I really, really, really like live content. I love live content. There is negativity, of course. Yeah. She goes, I call BS. I call block. You get what you put out. There's positivity or negativity. It's perspective. Yeah, well, that confuses me as well, though, because if we're, oh God, my nipples. If we are putting, oh wait, but I thought opposites attract. So if I'm putting out negativity, shouldn't I get back positivity? Why am I getting negativity when I put out negativity? I thought opposites attract. Anybody? Serious question. Crap. I just spilled the mug. Let me clean it up. I love you. Thank you very much. May I have more water? Thank you for getting it. I'm spoiled. Suck it up, men. If you're jealous. Ladies, I am very grateful. Know that I am not abusing this privilege. I'm very, very grateful. She is very wonderful. And, I do a decent job as a husband as well. If I may say so myself. Yes, it is nice. Actually, I was very polite about it. Do you know how most men treat women? They usually don't treat them at all. I'm working. Caitlin is supportive of my job. I'd love to show you the awesome things I do for her, but that's on my personal time. And not yet. Yes, very well, Jim. They get treated well. I'm glad. I know I personally put out positivity and get it back, which I'm grateful for. That's good. That's good. Thank you for bringing it to the broadcast. I appreciate that a lot. Who is that? The negativity gets tempting when so much of it has been put out there already. And I know more than likely that there is no jail or institutionalization or anything in store for me. And most of it was just like built up to make me look crazy. And that at this point, it is very damn tempting just to be a good person in real life and then just be a jerk online, knowing that I'll just make a paycheck and people just won't like me. But, I'll make some money. It's very tempting, but by all intents and purposes, I would consider that a scam because it's not who I am. So I'm faking it. And I'm not just acting, I'm faking. And I know that will affect who I am in real life a lot. I'm seeing it happen to a lot of creators right now who are deciding to give in to the temptation of argumentative attitudes and negativity. My husband treats me as an equal. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Hello, Mr. LG. What's up, Pub7? Did you ever get depressed? I felt it here and there, yeah. I meant most men ignore their women and only want one thing. You are a good guy. Thank you. I want everything but that right now. We don't need a baby. That's the last thing we need right now. Last human we need is another one. We're learning how to handle ourselves. So, is that okay, Kate, that I just said that, or is that too much? I love you. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, we're working on that. Working on everything. Guys, tell me about you. What is winning to you? What does winning mean to you? Give me context. Give me definition. Tell me about you. Everybody apparently knows about me already. So you don't need me to tell you about me. I want you to tell me about you. That is why I'm here. That was why I was here from day one. People said, no, we want to get to know you first. Well, you didn't get it anyway. And I have servitude is you come first. That is the job. Winning is when you win. That's very philosophical. Tiger's blood. Want my social security number? I don't. Kate, do you want it?
No.
No, we're good. Somebody else in the broadcast might want it though. Check it out. They put it in the broadcast. Bianca says my wife is perfect, and I put out positivity And an angel came into my life. 2, again, jobs. That's good. Winning is when I get a good view from my plants. Good yield from my plants. What do you grow? Happiness? I'm starting to miss traveling. I'm getting back to being me. I am. Oh my God, people tried to force me to settle down. So did you. Yeah, but I think you tried to force yourself to settle down. And I tried to force myself to settle. I don't think we're settling down, guys. I have a feeling we're back on the road pretty soon. As if life ends. I just won't be deleting my content this time around because people think it makes me a scammer because I'm embarrassed about my behavior. No, just embarrassed because I made a lot of mistakes. Like, I don't want people to see that from me. I don't want people coming to my platform and seeing craziness like that. I am embarrassed. Would you want people to see that? No, I'd rather 5 years of what the hell happened from all the new people. They could just ask me or ask the haters, or when I make enough money or things change, maybe I can get all my history from the platforms if that becomes a thing. I grow marijuana. Sweet. Oh my God. Kate will not let me go near it. No, you won't. Oh my gosh, you'll let me do it, but come on. Katie, I know you. I see the panic in your eyes. You're very supportive. I love you very much. She's a very supportive woman. Very supportive. But yeah, probably better if I don't. Come visit my marijuana farm. It sounds cool. What was that movie where they were running through the marijuana fields and they got lit on fire? And they were running through those fields and breathing in the weed. And they were getting high running through the fields. Isn't this craziness? No, this is laziness, not craziness. Lazy and crazy are two different things. Does the LG on your hat stand for legally gay? No, but I'd say that'd be a damn good campaign slogan. Campaign slogan this decade. Kata says winning is when you give and not expect to get back. Winning is when you make others' lives better. I like that. I like good man. Good man. James Gameslot says when you travel, that community or area inspires which area inspires you the most? I am a people person above everything else. It is when people are simple. I love simple people like myself and like Kate, who, like, I know the complexities of life. I've learned a lot, not all of them clearly, but like I've learned a lot of complexities about life, and I've learned a lot of stuff I don't even want to know. But I live a very simple life. Kate and I live a very simple life, and so I like being around. I like going to places that are like where I grew up, like farm towns and just the easy stuff, places where they keep it quiet, keep it simple, and that haven't been touched by the world just yet. I like places like that. I'm 25. How about you? What do you like about marijuana? Does it relax you? Yeah. I mean, nothing special. Just the simple stuff. You live simple because you don't have income. No, I live simple because I like it. You're not going to find out until I have a better income, but once I do, you'll find out. I'm back. What's up, John Durbin? I'm 24 too. Cool. All right. So, what does everyone do for a living? Me, I am a professional person. I do nothing. That's what I do professionally. I do nothing. What do you do? I do nothing for a living. Literally, that's a thing. Teacher. Sweet. What do you teach? Is a nipple showing? Like, why are they screenshotting me right now? Sixth grade world history. Oh, I love sixth grade world history. Yes. Elementary school for history was the best. Ninth grade was like the last class that I could handle history for. Ugh. After that, I was just like, I don't even know what's happening nowadays. Why do I want to know about back then? That, but oh my gosh. Sixth grade world history. What kind of stuff do you teach in world history? Like what's the curriculum? Just examples of what the curriculum would be. I eat for a living. Thank you, Carby. Do you know what Carby is? Carb Barbie. Carbohydrate Barbie. Carby. And it's a photo of a heavy-set Barbie. And we're not talking fat shaming. We're talking. It's a big mama. Jimmy. No. Because of COVID, I also do nothing. You know what? I wonder if karma made the universe implode of all the people that were making fun of other people who are unemployed. And COVID just said, up yours. And now a whole bunch of people don't have jobs. A whole lot of us don't have jobs. So I guess not many people can say that we're much different right now. And here comes the wave of prideful people saying, I still have my job. And I'm going to say, good for you. That makes me happy. I wasn't provoking or attacking you. I'm happy to hear it. Good for you. But, I get so used to riding these waves. I teach the beginning of civilization itself. Hit all the major empires and religions. That's cool. That's really cool. That's respectable to me. Good for you. Now that's some core philosophy right there. Not the philosophy, but like it shows, hey, you can go look more into this. I don't know. If I had the psycho-emotional freedom that I back then, research. Lots and lots of research. My God, I am literally a hippie in a farm hat. I'm a hippie farm boy who does research and is a social and like, what am I? No wonder people are so perplexed by me. Plus all the things that I've done and things have been done to me. What the hell am I? I'm becoming less and less confused why people are perplexed by my existence. I don't make sense. My existence doesn't make sense, let alone trying to fit me in a box. Well, I know there's no stereotype, but maybe I should pick a box before someone throws me out thinking I'm trash. They think I'm the styrofoam peanuts. 40 screenshots for Kate's voice. I think you could be a life coach for a living. Thank you. I probably could. But then somebody'd sue me. I don't need that drama. Producer mostly. I occasionally shoot and edit. But mostly I match money to fund productions. Cool. Okay, do you smell massive BO? I think it's just me. Thank you. I'm just kidding, Kate. I do keep catching whiffs of it. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Kata says, I'm not a good talker as you are. I'm more like a quiet one. Prefer to stay in my lonely corner. Dude, that is how I grew up. Completely relatable. I grew up the same way. Very, very quiet. I can't wait for my screenshotters to... You know what? I'm starting to hope there's a hell. I'm starting to hope for hell instead of heaven. just for the sake of these crazy motherfuckers. Man, beating their meat to my 14,000 photos. Kat says, I've been a homemaker for 7 years. Aw, fancy way to say voluntarily jobless. You are not jobless. Here's the thing. I have found the most intelligent people in life are the ones who put the most into it, not the ones who get the most out of it. And you, my friend, have been very kind. You are clearly intellectual. And it's not because I find you relatable that I'm being kind to you. It just so happens that usually people like us in these positions are nice people. So, and oftentimes downtrodden by those around us. But I find your position very respectable, and it is also something that my wife is really hoping to strive for. So we're working on that. We're working on that. Thank you for the assistance of making that dream a reality through Super Hearts. Thank you very much. Nope. You're a researcher. You research life. I do, though. Everybody makes fun of me, but if you just stop being mean to me and beating me socially, and you just let me go out and flourish and explore, I don't shut up anyway. I'll tell you everything I learn. And instead of being so self-absorbed and being like, you have to be the one that does it. You're not doing it anyway. And then you're like, well, I already did it. It doesn't end. Life doesn't end. You just quit. It's a truth. You can learn a whole lot just at home. You can learn a whole lot just out there. And if you are attacking someone who is seeking out learning in life, you are no longer learning. You will become complacent. If you have enough time to hurt someone else, you're complacent. Unless you're making money on it. Then, I mean, I guess, oh my God, I've become my haters. And I was judging. I no longer judge you, my haters. I have become you in my own way. I literally absorb everything. Oh my God, I'm SpongeBob. Are you talking to someone else there? Yeah, my wife. How are you? Do you have underarm deodorant? Yeah. BO is natural, probably safer to have BO than to use toxic products on the body. Thanks for the super hats. And what did determine you to be more open to others? Personal growth. Man, I'll tell you, I could tell by your photo. People will hold you down. And I mean, they will hold you down and put a hose in your throat and then look you in the face and say, I love you. It's just fucking evil. And they're usually not the worst people. They're usually the people that love us the most. They mean the best for us. There's a certain level of humility and a certain level of putting our heads down that's important. At the same time, if you have to push out to make it, sometimes that's what you have to do. For the most part, I only went too far because I got pushed there, as opposed to now, like I said, in your life and in my life, I'm responsible for my own steps. But if I were to choose, once I had the takeoff, I should have just cut everybody else out of it. But I didn't want to be alone. I was afraid of loneliness, right? Fear overtook me, and I allowed that fear to make my nightmares reality. And so being afraid of success is a worse enemy than never succeeding at all. Being afraid of success and going after it is far more dangerous than being unsuccessful by never trying. So if you're not going to try with confidence, just stay in the box. But if you're going to go out there and try, just push yourself. Not that you asked, but I care so much that I give a lot of unsolicited advice because I care about people. And a lot of people have done that to me, give me a whole lot of advice that I never asked for. So I'm still learning. I used to not give advice, but I'm learning to go back to not giving advice the way that I used to not give advice when it wasn't solicited. I've had a lot of people permeate my environment and force their advice into my life. and then try to sabotage it if I wouldn't do what they said. So I apologize for the unsolicited advice. Your wife. Yes, my wife. Explore inside. Are you married? Yeah, exploring inside, like in life and on our mind. Yeah. Yeah, we're married. And so exploring the mind, understanding ourselves, understanding our environment, wax on, wax off. If you ever seen The Karate Kid, it's very real. People don't take it all that seriously, but there's a lot of value and a lot of lessons to be learned and respected just in the home itself. Whether it's from keeping the fridge well all the way to, how clean is the house? Do you keep the fridge stocked? How about your coffee? What kind of coffee do you make? How do you like your roast? A lot of this is philosophical, and I know it sounds silly, but for any of my deep thinkers out there, when you don't have anything else, you find value in the little you have. And sometimes it's good to start with nothing, because you'll see you have a whole lot even when you have nothing. James says you should check out the book Rise of the Creative Class by Richard Florida. You like it? Thank you. I admittedly do avoid books at this point in my life. I have learned about the human brain that when we absorb information, we are also holding back our ability to, it fills our mind. Like our brain can only hold so much. And the more it holds, the slower it processes, kind of like my phone here. So what I do is I try to learn from people as opposed to anything else. I try to either learn from myself or from other people. Because when I learn from books, I know that I'm stunting my growth on some level, because I don't want to take myself too far into the past. I like to stay as present as possible, because we can learn from the past. But the more we learn from the past, it actually puts our mind in a place where it becomes very easy to get lost in the past. My perspective, my experience, maybe a delusion based on my experience, but my experience nonetheless. Also not something you even asked. Crap. Did it again. I'm getting better, guys. Getting better. Okay. Where is Kate? With me. Where are you? Do you have a girlfriend? No, just a wife. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I like you for being so honest and simple. It's a nice way to live. I appreciate that about you as well. Keeping things simple is very important. Paint the fence. It's the truth. Just paint the fence. I work in neuro. That's not true about the brain. Okay, well, I'm glad you know, like every other person who's told me a million things they know. You keep reading what you know, and I'll keep living it. So you don't read books. It has to be something the temptation has to be master level. It has to be 11 out of 10 that I want that book. It has to be something I want to know right now for a really big reason. If it's going to be a book, because a book takes a lot of time, even if it's like 15, 20 minutes, that's to me a lot of time. So like articles, I don't even look at articles, but I will spend 1,000,000 hours with a person, but not a minute with a book or with a article for the most part. Sometimes I'll read them and retweet, and I'll also consume content for the sake of getting to know somebody a little better. If I don't have immediate access to that person, but then I have to pick through the deceptions that are within their content and the marketing and whatnot. So it makes it almost impossible, because even those people usually don't know themselves all that well. But I do my best to try and sort through it. Because what people lack to recognize is the more that we deceive others, it actually becomes almost impossible not to deceive ourselves. So when we do lie to others, we do lie to ourselves. That includes marketing, that includes sales, that includes acting, is every piece of reality of ours that we give up for any agenda. We are shifting our reality. That is neuroscience, that is fact. And even if it's not fact right now, then I guess somebody has to write the book, because that's science as it is today. And yes, I mean what I say. Can we be friends and talk some other time? You can come back in here anytime. I don't talk with people too much, but you can tweet at me anytime. DMs, I try to keep them short and simple. I try not to really have conversations too much in the DMs. But if you ever do need to talk, I do have direct message on Twitter. Um, you, if you're in this broadcast and you're not over the age of 18, leave. And if you are going to message me, if you're not an adult or you don't, it's not clear that you're an adult, then I probably won't answer. I've learned that lesson is like, I personally don't have problems talking to kids because I mean, I'm a regular human adult with like, just, I'm a normal person, pretty normal. But I did not know that people were so scummish and crazy that they take it to some pretty nasty places. So that was never a thing I even knew about. The internet is the best place to learn in the future. Is LG an American brand? I'm in the UK. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just got that. I don't know everything about everything. Just some things about some things. And a whole lot about certain things. Welcome on. I'm turning 23 in 2 months. Cool. Sweet. Oh my God, I am picking up on every little thing they've done to me. Guys, just so you know, I'm officially on board and I won the game. It's over. Just filling you in. I'm officially on the winning team. I have unlocked everything. It's over. It'd be really intelligent for you to give it up. Look at how much that I've given. Just imagine about how much I'm about to get. I'm going to keep giving it. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to keep giving it. And it may not be time to cash out, but it is time to fold. And I am folding. It's smart to cash out, but I'm not ready just yet. Time for a different game. Ugh. And as soon as I call regular life and the healthy, thank you. Well, as soon as I call regular life and the healthy stuff a game, they'll say, "Oh, he means a scam." Right? It's always going to be the different thing. So I'm giving up the game of a social life that's wrapped around the media. And social life, personal life. And so I want to have my personal life and my life in media and in society is going to be somewhere that I feel safe, comfortable, happy, that we, are getting along and things are well. And so we're getting the getting along part better every day. I just don't want anyone involved anymore because that's been the plight of our problems. And it's hard because we are both very kind and giving people, and we'd love to be sharing our life with you, but just people are monstrous towards us, and it's not healthy for us to share our life with you. At least not right now. So it'll be a shame once we get traveling again to not be able to share with you stuff about us. But there are people out there who just can't sit back. And we're more than willing to let them have that control because we make more money when we give it to them. And even though we can't share our personal life with you, as long as we let them think they're in control, they're going to go to jail more quickly and stop touching your children. The social justice in return for us keeping our personal life private, it's a win-win. And one day we'll have paparazzi and they'll do the job for us. Right, Kate? Yeah. Pedophiles will get their content somewhere. Most people don't want to know every freaking detail of our life anyway, which is really nice. But I'll tell you, the bad guys sure know how to get the focus on them. They really do. It's ridiculous. 24, I know you don't know me, but have a little faith. Sorry, forgot about the age. Talking to a lot of people, mind's going everywhere. No excuses, but still getting back on the horse. Thank you. Romania. Sweet. In the UK. All right. Yeah, like I said, we're not open to having friends from the internet right now, and I'm not personally open to having friends from the internet right now. But um, like I said, if you tweet at me or we could talk here, and that's okay. It has a lot more. It has a lot to do with my privacy. Having to keep my privacy right now. So I'm just a bit too vulnerable with people, and it's not healthy for me. So I don't have to worry about that in my real life. It is actually the boundaries of the internet. It is where I'm on the internet, and I forget like I'm not looking that person in the face. So I just get very open. Whereas in real life, I can look someone in the face and see their intentions and understand them. I'm learning to be careful when I don't have all the context. You mentioned you travel. Where is one place you haven't been yet that you want to visit? I guess you guys are just going to have to wait and see. I don't tell the future. I'm not a clairvoyant, and I'd love to share my hopes and dreams with you, but that's a bit too personal. There are people who would love to have that information and then make sure I never make it there. So you'll find out when I get there. No disrespect to you, I promise. There's more than just you listening. Why are people taking so many screenshots? Probably wasn't shirtless. I get why you are protective. I am learning. Yeah. I didn't used to be that way. I didn't know I had to be. I didn't know people were like that. And I mean, even when they were like that, I was in denial. I was like, there's no way people are this nuts. I don't know jealousy on that level. And I don't know insecurity on that level. I don't know deception on that level or interpersonal death. Like when someone doesn't have internal value and looks at someone who has internal value, like they're the devil because they're not, practicing what they practice. So it's a sad existence. I would like to travel to Paris or Miami when the virus goes away. Cool. Miami, I don't understand. Does anyone understand Miami, Florida? Because it is a place that I find perplexing. Because it's very diverse, which is cool, but people don't seem to know much about Miami, and I don't either. But for the research that I've done about Miami, it's like a country of its own. Like it does its own thing. As opposed, like I know it's in Florida, but Miami is what the hell is Miami? Because it's not in LA. It's not like it's just its own thing. And you can find everything from this is gonna sound terrible, but like there's everything from human traffickers there all the way to like some of the richest people will come and stay in Miami. And like good people, bad people. Yeah, and I know that's like all walks of life, but not really. Like Miami's different. And can someone please explain what I'm trying to say? Because I'm just sounding uneducated. Explain what I'm trying to say because you know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to say it. I would like to travel to Paris, Miami. I have no beach there, but I like the beach. Cool. Well, if you're uncomfortable, you can leave. I am comfortable. That's the point. That's why I'm shirtless. I am comfortable. I'll probably put it on the next broadcast, but sometimes I'm a little hot. I lived there for 12 years. It's a culture bowl. It's not as bad as the movies. It's very nice. Do the movies paint Miami like it's bad? Do they? Okay, I understand you. I'm vulnerable in some ways to some people too, like being too naive and have to trust, even if I was disappointed by people so many times. Yeah, I just got to keep powering along. Just keep powering along. And like I said, the hardest thing before getting out is knowing those boundaries. Hard to set them. And if you feel bad setting them too, I mean, I feel bad setting them. Just understand that if you are forced to set them like that, it is someone else's fault because it's not, there are people out there, it's not possible for the sake of your own health to be able to handle them. There are people on this planet that are a physical black hole. And when I say a black hole as a human being, I mean, it's like they're moment by moment existence to suck you into themselves. And that spookiness is something that I've experienced firsthand with a lot of people. And I don't know how the hell I'm still breathing, but I am. So be careful if you go out there. I'm not trying to incite fear into you, but I'm saying it's important to be careful, and you'll have to equip yourself and make mistakes. And introverts like us don't do great in an extrovert world. But if you learn how, to me, I think it's worth it. I personally would love to visit Iceland. What is Iceland like? What's there? Yes, they paint it like a drug capital. There are drugs and crime everywhere. Yeah, there is. For sure. Will you tell me more about Miami? I would like to know more about Miami. Let me be specific. I would like to know why parking is like $40. Why is that a thing? James says I was out on my own very young to escape only to find more. I sympathize with you guys. Thank you. That's what I was talking about. The parking. Probably crime. Yeah, what's in Iceland? That's only the higher end. There is affordable things there as well. Okay. Could we live affordably in Miami? Would you say? Like affordably to us, affordably to me would be $600 a month, $700 a month for rent. Just base it off of that. And then a disgusting amount of money for food per month. Not proudly, just that's the market. The black beach that looks like you are walking on the moon is in Iceland. Oh, that'd be so cool. Let me ask you as a teacher, Sarah, just please don't think that I'm like embracing my ego, because I have big ambitions in my life and it's not ego. I'm asking you if you were to view me as a creator in social media or whatever. Okay, because this is the tough part is I level with people, but at the same time they're like, well, you're being personal with us. You're not allowed to be big or famous or a personality. You're not allowed to make money. You know, that, like people effectively, you've seen people rise up. What do? They fight it and they say, oh, you've turned, you've changed. And they hold them back. And I mean, I've had people hold me back in my real life to stop me from getting famous as I was getting famous. And it's been a spooky road. If I were to say that, so you want to go to Iceland. If I was famous and I was rich and I wanted to send you to Iceland because we were in a conversation here on, now this is the part where they try to screenshot it and say, I'm making promises to you. Like I made promises to people in the past that then sabotaged me so I couldn't make them. So then they could entrap me and say that I made promises that I didn't keep, like it was a scam. You guys fucking suck, pieces of shit. You're lucky you're behind a camera. God help you if you ever see me in real life. I will sue you. I just want to see your face. I'll sue you for being ugly. God, I fucking hate these people. I'm still figuring out what they did. Oh my God, do you suck? I meant the things I said. I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait to be rich and famous and buy these people everything I promised and legally bury your ass. You're gonna make me want to go to court. You better fucking watch out. I'm a lot smarter than you think. I might not be educated on court, but look at how quick I can get educated if I need to be. I'm not threatening you, and it's not a promise. I'm saying stay out of my way because you made a big mistake. You just don't think so because I'm a defensive guy, and you're trying to make me an offensive guy, and you've never seen me on offense. You don't know how I play. You don't. You don't want to find out either. But God, do they want to find out? The hard way. It's pathetic. So anyway, hypothetically speaking, And no, it's not to sell you on the idea, Sarah. Because in the beginning, I was making promises I knew I could keep. And so I'm not making you a promise, but I'm asking, hypothetically speaking, to help me understand where you are with me as a person. It'll help me better understand my platform right now. You want to go to Iceland. I'm rich and famous. I send you to Iceland, or want to, or say so. Does it piss you off? Do you want that? Where do you stand on that? That's what I want to know. I'm gauging my audience is what it's called. I'm trying to learn what people are thinking about me right now. I live there off 4 to 5K total a month. Ooh, famous? Yeah, just leave it be. Please roll with me, my God. What would you do if I actually became famous? Would you actually hate my guts? If I really did become famous, would you just hate my guts because I'm famous and like never trust me? I could sit here and have the same conversation with you. Guys, that comes down to you not being able to trust other people. It's not anyone else's problem but your own. If you can't trust someone just because they're rich or famous. I mean, I could be the same person right now and win the lottery. Are you all of a sudden going to treat me like I'm a different human being? I haven't changed. It's been less than 24 hours. All of a sudden, I have money in my hands. I haven't changed. No, you can in Tampa Bay. Wait a second. No. Are you the dude from Tampa Bay? No, you're not. No, I think you had a different name. What do you do? Are you a Twitch streamer? Oh, I just sit here and do nothing. That's what I do all day. Threaten who? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's just drama. Trust me, you don't want to be involved in it. You don't. I'm getting over it. James says, though, Jim, then they'll just accuse you of showing off your wealth. I know I can't please everybody, but I'm not trying to please everybody. I'm not trying to please anyone anymore. I'm just trying to rationalize with the most irrational people because I used to be irrational, and it was only rational people that got me to start being rational. So if they did it for me, why should I not be doing it for them? As long as it doesn't cost my life. The bill is worth footing because I wouldn't be alive if it weren't for the rest of the people who kept me alive. Same losers who mess with Charlene, better to ignore them. Yeah. Damn, bro, I asked the question because you said you would become famous. But you snap so easily. Yeah, I didn't snap at you. It was a snap from before. You did not do something. Or at least, I don't think so. Whatever the case. But it was not directed at you on purpose. And I'm meaning, I was speaking in, just to say I was speaking to ghosts, that's fine. But I mean, there was no particular comment you made that I was directing at you at all. It was, I don't even remember what I did. What did I do? I went off about the fame thing. Oh yeah, because I was asking Sarah, and she hasn't answered yet. But I asked her about that, and maybe it pissed her off or what. I don't know. But then I went off on it because of what you just heard me talk about. And then you commented, and I was just emotionally coming down from it. I wasn't taking it out on you. I apologize if it looked like I was, what's it called? Projecting. It's an accidental projection because I didn't give myself enough time to calm down. Sorry about that. And it wasn't snapping easily. It was something that I just processed for the first time of something else that's probably being used against me. And I'm just like, fuck you. And not you particularly. So, James says, I'm from New York, but when I ran away, I ran to Tampa Bay and had to live on the beach at first. Oh, God. God help you. What is that like? Living on the beach in Tampa Bay, Florida. Well, how do you end up in Tampa Bay, Florida to live on the beach? What made you decide to go to Tampa Bay of all places? It's very, very particular choice. Good evening to you and your wife. Good to see you. How are you? Nancy. Thanks for coming on, Nancy. Oh my gosh, your dog is adorable. Sorry, I had a phone call. I missed something. That's okay. You're good. I was happy to. It was actually a good moment for me anyway. It was a good, healthy moment. And it was probably better you weren't there for it anyway. Sorry to anybody who was. Moments like that usually don't happen live. what was I saying? Oh, just surmise that I was in a position because I will continue to become successful. And whether you hate me for that or not, whatever, like I said. But as I gain my success, when I get to a particular level of success where I can turn around and start giving back to my audience, if I were to purchase you a trip, hypothetically speaking, to Iceland, and I'm saying it now, would it affect you the same way if I said this to you later as I'm saying it right now? Like if I say this to you right now, does that piss you off? That's what I want to know. Am I pissing you off if I say this to you right now? Or like, what are you thinking? Are you thinking it's just a joke? Or do you hear it and you say, maybe? Does it excite you? I'm trying to see what reaction it solicits so that I can be more responsible, everybody. You can't accidentally scam people, guys. Hate to break it to you. That's not how it works. I see so many bad people on this application. Your room is much more quiet. It's nice to hang out. It's nice to hang out. My birth father lived there, and I escaped my narcissists by bus. Dad and new wife closed the door. Holy crap. I hope you didn't become a narcissist. That's an easy way to turn someone into a narcissist. Is this live now? Yeah, it is. I'm just letting you know that anything going on, guys, is officially being documented. It doesn't matter that you have more. I'm going way deeper. Doesn't matter how wide your trench is. It's for one guy. I'm digging nice and deep for one guy. Careful. Oh my God, yeah, he does learn. I do learn. I do learn. I just made a lot of moves because I care about you. I wasn't willing to go those routes because I didn't want to believe you guys suck that bad. And I don't mean all of you. I mean like a small portion of you just suck. I didn't want to believe anyone out there was like that. But from now on, it is publicly documented. You don't hold the cards. The public does. I'll let them decide. What do you say? How about you say that? If you can't hide, how about when you can't hide and you can't choose which pieces of the information the public sees? And then you tell me that I'm the bad guy and I'm doing something nuts because I'm embarrassed about making poor choices. My present will prove the past, and I'm going to explain every little thing, broadcast by broadcast. By the time we reach court, the judge will be out of a job. Try me. No amount of gaslighting is going to get you your way. You're going to find out the hard way. The good, honest, hard work and truth works a hell of a lot better than your bullshit tactics, your black hat bullshit. James says, so I was in Treasure Island with a choice between returning to my abusers or being homeless. Okay. Well, it's good you didn't give up. Sarah says, but I would always say thank you to someone who would offer. I must have missed the first part of that. But I would always say thank you to someone who would offer to help me. That to me seems like the biggest issue nowadays is that people don't even want to accept help. And they don't realize that that's narcissism. Like to turn someone down for help, even if you don't need it. I mean, as long as it's healthy for your life. it is narcissistic to say no. And I say that with respect. I do. I respect your profession. I'm very grateful that you've been nice to me. But it is also an unhealthy reaction. And it's also insulting to the person who wants to give to you. And there's been a lot of experiences that I've had where I've tried to give back to people who have given to me. And they have said no, just to make sure they hold the cards and that they feel good about themselves, even better about themselves. And it's just not good. We have to be willing to accept help. I have given help. I have accepted help. And that is a healthy balance. It's a really healthy balance. And we all deserve to have that healthy balance. And when we maintain that healthy balance in our own life, it not only helps us get forward, but it also exposes the frauds along the way. And I've had a lot of people try to knock me off balance, and I don't think they're done. But as I learn to maintain my own balance, as opposed to compare my balance to others, it really puts me in a position of transparency for myself and others. And I'm not going to take that one further or one back and call it for it further by starting to fake my own life just so I can get famous. You know, that's the trick. That's a trick. That's not success. That's a trick. A lot, yeah. That's okay. I'm so lost in thought. I wasn't like staring at you. I'm lost in thought. And it was painful. And so I was just like looking. And I just needed a minute to process the pain. I wasn't holding back a reaction. I didn't have one. I wasn't there. Just give me a minute. You're good. It's all good. It's okay. It's totally okay. That's okay. Oh my God. This is going to be the biggest root that has been torn up in American history. I'm calling this right now. It's going to be fucking hilarious. I'm going to be sitting back and laughing. I think by the time this all goes down, I'm not going to feel bad at all. I really do. I think by the time this goes down, I'm going to be like, I'm going to understand why it has to happen. And I'm not going to feel so bad for it anymore. By the time all these crazy fucks are in jail, I'm going to be sitting on my ass laughing, saying, I told you so. Katie, you saw what was going on today? I told Katie long time ago, hey, here's what's coming. She said, no. Today, it's begun. Online, it's begun. And I told Katie, this is exactly what it's going to look like. This is exactly what's going to happen. It's officially happening. So, and I mean the exact way I said it would. So, it's all numbers, guys. It's all numbers. It's all calculated. It's like the stock market, just for people, which is sick to sound, but I've been trying to tell people that part of it. I want to hear it. Social media, stock market for people. Anyway, so I can read the market, and I'm not trying to win or make money. I'm just doing my job, and success is on its way, and people are trying to pretend like it's not here, and I'm trying to tell them not what to do, just to get educated. And people are telling me they can just shut their phones off and it's not in their house anymore. Like, that's how it works. And yeah, I do get pretty proud. I do get very narcissistic about it. I do. I'll admit that. I get very full of myself. It gets hard not to. Mixing of no one listening to me, plus watching their downfall, plus they're attacking me. It becomes very difficult to be kind about it. I want to be, and I'm doing my best to stay humble and be more kind. There's no but. There's no excuse for that behavior. But the expectations on me at 25, pretty high. Plus the transparency makes it even more difficult. There's plenty of people who look down on people, and they have the privacy of not letting people know that they look down on them. I challenge myself with this transparency. Conger? I don't know. But I made mistakes. Am I still single? No, I am married. If I have mistakes playing for my hair is no loop, I'd be upset too. It's his life. I learn from my mistakes from my own experiences. I don't leave my mistakes out there on repeat for other people to just keep watching them over and over. If someone else is going to steal a mistake that I made and then use it as a weapon against the public and against me, that's that criminal's problem and that criminal's fault. in that criminal's crime. I'm not going to leave my mistakes out on my platform to emotionally affect other people, because that's just emotionally irresponsible. I'm being negligent to other people when I make mistakes that, can really hurt others' feelings. And even if I'm not legally responsible for those choices, I'm morally responsible for those choices in my own life and in my own mind. And that's what I care about. And I don't want people having to see that. But unfortunately, there are criminals out there that refuse to help themselves. They want to help themselves to you. They want to eat you up with my poor content and use it to make a living at the cost of your life and your mindset and your health. And then tell you to come at me in return so that they can just be a middleman that makes a paycheck and repeat the past from years and years ago. And you forget about the present slowly. Lose your mind. And it's their fault. And oh yeah, it is convenient what I'm saying right now. And you can see me selling it. It is fantastically the God's honest truth. So I'm not enjoying what they're doing, but if you were in my shoes, you'd be smiling too, to finally be on top of it. It's nice. What's even better is not having it happen at all. But this is a good start. She's chilling with me. I always say no because it makes me feel like a burden accepting help. Yeah, I think some people feel that way. That is, if you look into this, that is still, it's passive aggressive narcissism. It's still narcissism. I know it seems like narcissism is a trap that is impossible to avoid. Narcissism is defeated not by avoiding the trap, but by exploring new opportunities. I'll put it that way. And not letting fear consume us or control, but by seeking out new opportunities, we can defeat narcissism. I like when you used to do work. Move a muscle. Well, you don't, no. Thank you, though. Good at recognizing patterns. Yeah, a lot of people are. I'm just not buying into their crap so much. Not near as much as I used to. Because that's what people will do, is when I'm dumb enough to be sold on negativity, that's what I'll do. But what they did in the beginning, right, is they tore me down. And in the same moment, hopped in here and are saying the same things you're saying to me right now, trying to win my favor. But because these people are twice my age and half my wit, they'll just keep trying it over and over again. And guess I can't prove it. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Guess what? It doesn't matter. As long as I keep it out of my mind, it doesn't bother me much. I just have to keep my wits about me and stay positive. Be as nice as I can and learn to be shrewd. It's unfortunate. It does hurt my feelings. It does. I'm a guy. I have feelings. But I'm also a guy, and I am engineered to conquer this. So let's go, I guess. Do you do camming? I do not. Caffeine me, welcome on. All right. Well, you're asking me to create interest. Well, you are clearly interested. You're still here. Or actually, you're not. James says, just curious how many people watch your streams. It's all good. Okay, enough of that. Enough. It seems I should run a think tank and solve problems. Doing it right now. Doing it right now. I'm done playing games. It's very real for me now. And I don't consider you a social experiment. I promise. I'm just sitting here and I'm learning. I would love to make friends. I'd love to do something with my life. I'm too busy learning. A lot of people made sure that I didn't learn and then tried to take from me what I knew. As I regain consciousness, as I come back to life and get healthy again, I'm also going to vicariously learn from you guys. And no, I'm not going to treat you poorly because I'm very disciplined and responsible with your feelings, or at least the best of my ability. And I'll make mistakes in the same broadcast. I am human. And I've been abused repeatedly. I'm getting much better very quickly. So enjoy the show and engage in conversation, and recognize that if you see me block someone, I know very much what I'm doing. Very much. It's not about whether or not you question me. Just don't doubt me. Many people watch scopes. Others while he's scoping. Yep, it's all good. All good. Says, what I know about computers, I watched a lot of YouTube videos about. Cool. Good stuff. Hi, Christine. How are you? Guys, you realize you can't build a... Oh my God. I just thought... I'm insulted by the people who think they're my competition. It's insulting. I love you. Yes, I do. I just don't get why I'm left with such shit to go to war with. Like, am I this pathetic? I know I'm not. What, because I don't have the money? I don't deserve better enemies? I'm a man. I'm being emasculated by being sent pedophilic psychopaths to go to court with, to emasculate me. I mean, could I repeat my past any further? I've had enough of this. I'm climbing up the ladder. I am moving on. I am climbing the ladder. I'm still processing that this is where people are, where these are the people that I had to deal with. People like that. Those are the kind of people that I got sent to my platform. God, I was not near as smart as I thought I was. It's embarrassing is what it is. I'm embarrassed by who considers themselves my competition. Well, it is time to tweet. It is a prime time on Twitter, everyone. So do me a favor and go ahead and share this out. If you're on my broadcast, if you're watching it from someone else's broadcast, feel free to go ahead and follow and share the broadcast over on Twitter. If you follow on Twitter, I will definitely follow you back. So long as you are active, we're conversating. I know who you are. I do add people back. I will say that I am currently guilty of not following a whole lot of people back because I'm not seeing a whole lot of interaction. Also because I am searching out new platforms. I'm looking for different people and content to be able to follow for myself. Because I want to have stuff that I watch too. So, and there's a limit on Twitter for how many I can follow at once. So, right now I'm taking care of me first. I'm finding all the content that I want to watch and I want to follow first. I'm good, thank you. And yourself? Doing really good. Doing really good. Just sorting through other people's jealousy. Trying to figure out why they just can't get the point. But I guess that's the point. Jealousy can't be worked through. You just gotta sit back and let it go. People are waiting for me to stroke their egos while they attack mine. And I mean, that's insanity. So, it's not worth the paycheck to me. I'm not here for the paycheck. And there are free courses. I'll make a paycheck, but I'm not here for the paycheck. There is a difference. And there are free courses you can take on JavaScript and CSS and HTML coding. Miles, if you DM me that would be awesome. Or if you have a resource, I'll screenshot it. That's pretty cool. My Twitter is adult content. That's okay. I usually just mute stuff if I don't want to look at it. And it's not that I'm married. And also, I'm very reserved. Who is jealous, says Chauncey. I don't know. You tell me. I don't think who is jealous. Miles says, I got to play a game with one of my buddies that just hit 16K on YouTube. Good stuff. Hi, Robert. How are you? How am I doing today? I'm good. I just had to do some blocking, and I had some people like doing psycho shit. So excuse my language. So I am a little on edge. It's not your fault. So don't take it personally. Um, if I'm a little on edge, don't take it personally. I guess if you have your wife, don't follow me. Well, I can follow you and then mute it. It's okay. I'm a disciplined adult. It's called just not looking. My wife trusts me because I'm a very trustworthy man. Chauncey says, I'd take a free course on coding. What the hey? Yeah, for sure. Welcome from Vegas. I'm Rob. Rob, you sound very familiar. I'm telling you, your name rings a bell. It really does. You're brand new. Welcome from Vegas. I would love to go to Vegas. Oh, Mandalay Bay was amazing. Loved it. Great pool. There's a wave pool. Couple windows short of what happened a couple years ago. Though that was a little scary seeing that. But thank God they came together as a community rather quickly. From what I hear, anyway, Rob, you could probably tell me much more about that. And were you safe? Were you and your family safe during the shooting? For real? Ever been by Vegas? Yeah. Like I said, I'm not like a local, but tell me something. Fill me in on what it's like to be a local in Vegas. That sounds very cool. Miles says, I'm a troll, but I have my chill moments a lot. Yeah. Miles, I don't think you and I are all that different when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm seeing that on Twitter, at least, I'm practically a human troll. I'm seeing that in real life. I'm practically a human troll. I've just been so angry, you know. I'm letting it go, which is good. But I've been turning into one of them. And I don't mean just a troll. I mean like those just the weirdos. And I don't mean the kind that people like. I mean the kind that people want in jail. I haven't been one, but I've been starting to see myself be angry like them. And now I'm getting better, which is good. But I did start down that road. It's not good. Frank had his kid not too long ago, and he ain't been on here. So he ain't been on here. Okay. Guys, I will say with love, I am super disappointed in how many people have not taken me all that seriously. Um, just because of me not being willing to get along socially at the sacrifice of my intelligence. I mean, that's super hurtful. Like, I do have a lot to offer. And I've been telling people if you let me in the club, then I'll help. And they're telling me, no, you're going to help from outside the club. Like, you're going to keep the lights on, but then not own the club. And fuck you. No. No, you can make me do it on accident, and then everyone can watch the painful experience and keep blaming it on me, and then maybe eventually realize it's not me. Like the Energizer Bunny over here. What's up, Derek? How are you? Stay out of jail. It's the last place on earth you should want to be. What? Why do I want to be in jail? Join the club. You may not own it, but there's plenty of people to dance with. Join the club. I'm trying to. I'm trying to. I'm not trying to own it. I've been trying to join the club. There have been people trying to convince me to buy it. I'm like, I'm not the guy you want to own the club, but I'm also not the hamster on the wheel. You know, I do belong in the club, maybe as a bartender or a waiter or whatever, or even just joining the club and dancing. But lying is just not my bag. And people are telling me that if I don't lie, that I can't get in. And I'm like, bitches, I'm already there. They just don't know it. Liars don't get in. I knew that. And I was willing to let things look however they have to. Because that's just how the game goes. And I think you all know that. Welcome to the other side, motherfuckers. Welcome to the other side. I gave my life for this. Well, I'm off to do some gaming. Have fun. We'll see you later, Miles. Tea with honey, how are you? Welcome on. Nightclub? Yeah. Better be. Better be. I can't wait to take Kate to her first nightclub. That'll be fun. We'll wait till we're somewhere that's a little more poised. Somewhere a little more our speed. No offense to anyone who likes the grunge, but being with Kate now, my grunge days are over. The grunge is fun, but I have to adapt. Maybe I get another shot one day, maybe not, but I love this woman. The lifestyle that she wants to live is very important to her, and that matters a lot to me. So here we are. Here we are. And I'm not faking it. I've lived this life already. I'm happy to live it again for the love of my life. Bartender would be a good job. Yeah. Now people are thinking about my job. Yeah. Job? We make them get a job? Job. Chauncey, I'm busting your balls. Hope that's okay. I can take a joke. You can dish it. It's all good. Playing around. Okay. Lie about what? All right. Enough. He's Birdie is a bot. Oh, is it? Oh, the bots must have gotten smarter. Bots have definitely gotten smarter. Welcome back, Steve. Can you fill this up? Or just grab me another one? Thank you. This is something else they did, Kate. Oh my God. They would make me feel bad for having you get something so that it would get me to get up and get it. And then I would feel bad leaving the screen, which they knew would then get me to put you on screen. What the fuck is wrong with you pricks? Why are you guys like this to people? Why do you treat people like that? What's wrong with you? Do you not see how hyper manipulative that is? It doesn't matter what your intentions are. It doesn't matter what you think is right or wrong. You do not do that to people. That is invading someone's social, personal environment and like getting into their head, whether it's because you say you know better or otherwise. It's really wrong. Like really wrong. I'm not judging you. I'm judging your choices. But man, do I have a right to? Why would you do that? Like, that's not even something I've done. Like I said, I've stepped into personal environments because I thought I was doing the right thing, but I've never had an agenda. I've never calculated moves. And I know that wasn't done on accident. I'm a smart guy. I know that didn't just happen. Oh my God. And you might ask me, how do I know that? It's because I have had people in my social environment here on Periscope who are not only capable, but I have witnessed them do it. That's how. That's how I know it wasn't an accident. And while you guys are waiting for me to point fingers and name names and say, well, I have the answer, I am setting the example and letting you know that respecting each other's privacy really is the way to fixing this. It really is. It does not matter who did it. It doesn't matter. It was done. It was wrong. The person who did it knows. And they're the only one who really needs to know, and publicly shaming someone
is wrong. I knew that years ago, and I tried everything else except that until then. My goal was never publicly shaming the people who were hurting me. It wasn't about shame. I was being isolated from my family and friends and being starved to death in the middle of winter in my car. It was apparently more wrong for me to call out a pedophile than survive. America, wake up. Have you looked into homesteading? There are states out west that offer free land for homesteading. Really? That sounds cool. Like owning the land. It's something the hubby and I have been looking into. That sounds really cool. Rob says, I've heard all the talk, but I want to be fair and talk to the actual person. Not all are judgmental. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I hope that helps. That does. It helps a lot. Thank you. I've learned to be much more careful and a little skeptical. Got water on me. But yeah, for sure. That's not true, said Steve. What's not true? By the way, if you wear a hat, should rep the Broncos. Is that what you're saying? Rep the Broncos? There's a lot of sports fans on Periscope. Also, something I did not account for is how many sports fans are on Periscope. Apparently, Periscope is huge for sports. I did not know that. Like, for years. Because I did not understand the value of the social climate, guys. There's so many things I didn't account for. And instead of filling me in, educating me, and then me being able to turn around and share with you what I know, you just abused me and called me dumb. Like, hey, this is how it works. And I'm saying, well, this is how the platform works. And you're saying, no, the platform works how the social stuff works. I'm like, no, this is a market. There are numbers. It's different. What you see is based on a marketable number, not the other way around. You are not seeing what you're seeing because you like the Broncos. If they don't want you to like the Broncos, you're just not going to see the Broncos anymore. That's how it works. Now, obviously, they can't make that big of a shift. Well, you're watching the Broncos, and the next day the Broncos go away. But over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, they can use repeat marketing to show you a different team, show you clips of what's going on in that sport, and sell you on that team, and then move you from that team to the other one. That's marketing. I understand that. And it is more important than what team you like, because it can change which team you like. And I care about that. I want you to like the team you like. And if you're not aware of what's going on in the market, then you might be manipulated to change which team you like. And if your friends and family like the Broncos and you're manipulated to like Alabama, then maybe your family decides not to like you because you like Alabama. And then you guys start fighting over sports. And the platform did it. There's a lot of power in these platforms, a lot of capability for power, and it is very manipulated by a lot of bad people right now. And the platforms themselves are being blamed. And I was manipulated to blame the platform, so I would not look at the people who are doing it because I was picking up on them. And so they tried to sell me into their game so that I wouldn't see what's going on. I don't care. How about that? How about what you're doing is not my problem? It never was. Never made it. You actually stepped into my life. You stepped into my immediate personal environment. You exposed yourself. I was never interested. And you thought you'd win me over. And then when you couldn't, you tried to brainwash me. Didn't work. Didn't work. You don't know the full breadth of this climate. You don't. It's pretty clear. You're too busy scamming people to see the full breadth of how it goes on. Guys, if you really want to win, you got to swim downstream because the big fish, that swim upstream, they get caught. That's how that works. I've been swimming downstream this whole time. And a couple of people tried to convince me to swim upstream. I turned around for half a second. I said, no, something's off here. Something's off here. So I didn't let it go over the edge. But what you were seeing from me was essentially me being tied by the tail and swam upstream by my partner, who comes from a background of scammers and abusers. Okay? She is one clever mofo. But I'm smart and I'm in love. And love wins every time. And so now, her and I are moving forward. She was never going to win that battle. I was sooner going to die. And she's glad she's here smiling. She's glad she didn't. So I know that what a lot of bad guys can have is enticing. I'm not on board. Not sorry. I have to scroll back and read comments. Red Broncos for sure. I think there are just a ton of sports fans in the country. Would you say? Do you think there are that people are really into sports here? Chauncey says, my favorite sport to watch this year is fishing. It's relaxing to watch. Chauncey, because of my job, I am careful to avoid animal-related sports. And because of social media and whatnot, I'm not that way. Like, I could go fishing, but this is the life. This is what it requires, and it's respectful to all parties. And so I want you to know that if I have my choice, I might go fishing. But you see how I have to live, and that's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying fishing. Why do I say that? Because I'd love to just say, yeah, let's go. I have to change my lifestyle for the sake of those that I serve and the job that I do. And that's the job I chose. So I have to go with the stream, and just don't judge me for changing, and don't try to stop me from changing, because I'm a good guy and I'm just changing my lifestyle, not my morality. Have you ever been into any sports? Soccer. When I was younger, I liked baseball. American football. I like to play American football, but not necessarily watch it. I don't understand how to play football, but I've played family football. So I guess I can't say that I played football, right? I'm not saying that. I wasn't even trying to say that. Rugby. Played rugby for 5 minutes. That was fun. Loved rugby. Yes. Okay, there's my sport. Love rugby. And I would love to play rugby again one day. Lid, what are your favorite sports? And thank you for those of you out there being so patient with me and listening to me and letting me talk about myself so much, and also go through all of this, because it's a lot of stuff that has been difficult, and I have to work through it. And on top of that, you've been very attentive. That means a lot to me. You've been to South Dakota trying to see what to do next week, but people don't switch teams. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. As far as South Dakota, no. I do know about a biker rally. There has been a whole lot of conversation in the Twitterverse and the dark web having to do with Sturgis. But anyway, don't make me go into it, please, for the love of God. You can hear I'm asking to go into it. That's why we can't go into it. It's not good. It is not good. You don't want me to go into it. Just if you're going to Sturgis, be very careful. That's all I have to say. Vallejo says, I'm not 100% sure if they don't want me to see Broncos. I'm traveling to Denver. Enjoy Denver. I know some of what I say may be difficult to grasp or sound a little silly, but it's my job. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Social media is evil. I'm going to break something hard to a lot of people. Social media shows us what we want to see. That's it. It's social media's job to show us what we want to see. That's marketing. And whether or not we like to admit what we want to see. Social media has a million different data points on the way our brains work. They know us better than we know ourselves. Fact. So whatever you see on social media, it's usually what you want to see. So if you don't like what you see, start working on what you want and admit to yourself what you do and don't want. Because I've had to do that in a really hard way. Fishing, now we're talking. I bet we are. I like baseball. I'm an Orioles fan, even when they suck, which they usually do. Lisa says, well, I've been sitting here quiet, but now I want to know. Hello, how are you, Lisa? Lid says, never played rugby before. It seems like a sport I would be confused by. I enjoy football and soccer, though. Rugby is really simple. Really, really, really simple. That's part of what I like so much about it. It's a very simple sport. But football and soccer are fun too, for sure. Steve says they say if you have a sports team by 8, that you are 97% likely to be that for life. Well, then I guess social media might not have much of a reason to change your mind, would they? They'd make a lot more money if they just kept you there. And using a sports fan of Alabama, who just may unfortunately be a pedophile, would be a fantastic way to continue to sell sports fans that are crazed and emotionally in lunacy and willing to buy product after product. Just my educated thoughts. There's no conspiracy here, guys. It's really simple. And I know you see it. I'm seeing more of it every day. I just don't know how much there is yet. I'm starting to see that I've gone so far into the future in my own life that I was like making it happen. And if I just draw back and slow down to the current reality, more than likely that future is not even real. And that's really nice. Guys like me are oftentimes used to try and make sure things happen. It's a very old practice, long before we understood it. And we had nice little fairy tales to explain it. I feel you asking questions isn't bad at all. Taking everything at face value is ignorance. Yes, I was very ignorant and trusting for a long time. And I would. How great of a world would it be to be able to take people at face value? That's what I want. I don't want to doubt people. But I didn't want to admit that it was ignorant to just openly trust blindly. You know, to have to learn about and evaluate someone and that it takes time. I guess that's just time I didn't want to take. I wanted to say, well, we're both going to do that and that's how it's going to go. Well, that would require other people to be that way too. And then just not. And I've been very defiant to that. And I'm sorry to everyone who I've judged for not trusting you at the snap of a finger. I could cry over the world being that way, and you could call my bluff and tell me that I'm lying. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's my heart. I love people very much, and it's heartbreaking that it's not possible to be able to just snap our fingers and know love and have relationships and friendships and connections. Why do you think social media became such a pinnacle for me? Because they said connection and I believed it. And it's not that simple. Thank you for teaching me. I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. But some of you tried to kill me, and that's not excusable, regardless of your excuses. Even if it was a paycheck, it's not an excuse. I'm alive now, okay? I have a say in the matter. There are people who are trying to make sure that I didn't make it out of Wilkes-Barre. And I mean make it out at all. I wasn't going to jail. I think a lot of you know that. Did you guys finish your movie? We did not yet. Caitlin and I agreed for me to come back on and talk to you guys. We both enjoy it a lot more than watching a movie. So Caitlin loves seeing me work and supporting me, and I love working and talking to you guys and having the opportunity to be here with Kate. That's my dream. If I never make more than $2,000 a month, it would be awesome just to be able to have healthy food, a roof over my head, talk to you guys 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and spend the rest of the time with Kate. I mean, that's the perfect life to me. It is, no matter where I live. Is like I said, I would like to have friends in real life, but let's be realistic. Most of the friendships we have are social. And real friends, they're hard to come by. And people like me don't put their face on camera. They're too busy doing their own thing. But I'm smart enough to know that this is coming into fruition and there's not much of a choice. And there's a lot of people that come from my bloodline and people who really know what they're doing financially that are choosing to ignore this. And I didn't exactly give them a reason to hop on board. So I'm going to have to really work on this because my family is relying on me to set the standard and convince them that there's a reason they should hop on board and turn on this phone. Maybe not, videotape like I do or as much as I do, but at least acknowledge the current world's environment because no amount of running is going to change it. It's there. This is so intricate. Like what people are doing with this is unprecedented, and even the most wealthy people in the world don't understand it right now. And that's a big problem. It's going to topple a lot of power. And I don't want my family to lose that power. And I'm not talking about my parents. So I'm just trying to protect our due. And I'm also trying to educate you because there's value in that, in making sure we share it with others as well. Now, I can land the information, but it doesn't make it an education. It's whether or not you believe me or where it goes or what you do with it. And that's not my fault, my responsibility, or something I can even create. When I say it's not possible for me to put wisdom in your brain, it's not possible. Just like you couldn't do it for me. You tried to force it. Doesn't work. We have to choose to learn. So anyway. Someone recorded you and it's on live with your video. Yeah, that happens all the time. That's okay. Vallejo says, sounds right. I've liked Broncos since I was 7. Not going to say how long I've been a fan or anything. Cool. If you're not a Boston fan, you're not worth the winners. All right. Well, first off, we got a Confederate flag there, so we're going to move on from that. Steve, and guys, that's not an agenda thing. That is not an agenda thing for me. That is an ignorance thing. It's not appropriate because right now in society, there's a lot of people who are very offended. And it's not about silencing yourself and dying. It's just people are pissed and it's not a smart move and it's rude. Like the fishing thing for me is there's a lot of people out there who they have been so hurt by their own family that animals are more important to them than people. They've been so hurt by people that they prefer animals. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves to feel like that. And if they feel like that, excuse me for, not talking about fishing. And there's nothing wrong if you do, right? That's my job. That's why it's my job. Okay, it's not your job. I'm not judging you on your lifestyle. Don't judge me on mine. I'm choosing my lifestyle, yes, based on how other people feel. Because it is that important to me. It helps people to feel more comfortable where they're at and not feel so judged, which is that sensitivity may be feminine. But when I can be masculine enough, I can also handle that feminine side and I can handle that emotional side of things, which needs to be tended to by men. And right now, men are dropping the ball in our society and not picking it back up. And then sabotaging the whole game just to make sure no one else gets points. And then saying they're the winners. You're not winning when no one got points. It's still a tie, but it's the crazy people trying to make everyone lose just because they can't win. And I mean the crazies. I mean the terrorist type people. Just stop. There's a way to win here, and it's not by breaking everything. You can't build things by breaking them. It's not how it works. Leaning back and breathing heavy. Oh, I'm feeling really good. Yeah. I'm feeling really well. Thank you. What movie were you watching? We watched The New Daughter, And we were watching the marriage. No, what's it called? Love Action, Love Punch. Are you sure? You sure? Yeah, go look it up. I'll tell you in a minute. Kate's gonna look it up real quick. Oh, Kate, actually, don't. Oh my God. Here, okay, this isn't your fault. Okay, you guys are learning. You guys are learning the life of a celebrity. And I don't mean that I'm a celebrity. I mean that I'm not a celebrity because I did not live like a celebrity. That's why I'm not a celebrity, because I didn't live like one. Okay, I didn't make the choices like one makes. So this is how scrutinous they have to be. Sarah just asked, what movie were you watching, right? If I answer that question, even if it's just so innocent, yes, this really does happen. And I have to make sure I tell you, because it is better that I tell you and you think I'm paranoid than it happen. Those are my options. It will happen if I don't. It may happen if I do. Better off I tell you and just sound nuts. What movie were you watching? Someone can take that and say, okay, this is the movie they're watching. Now we're going to go watch that movie and we're going to decipher it and pick through it, understand the psychology of that movie. And then we are going to come back in his broadcast, have a conversation about it, find psychological triggers that belong to him in his childhood or his past or this or that, make triggers, talk about the Orioles, talk about this and this and that, make him sound nuts if he brings it up. But if he doesn't bring it up, then we're getting in his head and reminding him of his past, drag him into his past. It's a weapon used by slutty criminals. And by slutty, I'm not using gender or sexuality. I'm talking about just the grimy shit of the earth that just cannot move on in their lives. And so they literally destroy the lives of others to make a paycheck. They are sad shacks of shit. And that is what they will do. So I would love, Sarah, to share with you what movie we're watching. Unfortunately, there are really bad people in this world, and you deserve to know about them. So I'm letting you know as they become famous, because it's happening either way. Whether than my broadcast or someone else's, it's my name. Other people are watching. And now I know the people I want watching are watching. I've been trying to get their attention for a long time. Did you see my comment? I did, yeah, for sure. You're good. 2K a month should do it. That's not bad. You won't be rich, but you should be able to survive. Yeah, that's all we're really worried about. Just enough to get by. That's enough to keep our mouths shut. Pun intended. Lid says, well, as long as you guys are enjoying your night. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Caitlin, do you want to watch the movie? Or are you enjoying this? Or is this desperation, or are you telling the truth? Okay. Okay, good. Thank God. Yeah, watch that there. Excuse me. Yeah, stalking me is a crime, especially when you're not a licensed anything. Just telling you, stalking me in real life, stalking Kate in real life. It's actually a crime. I mean, even if it's a private investigator, the situation at hand makes it a crime. Just filling you in. And you are literally dragging someone into a life of crime, telling them lies, which then makes them complicit in a crime. And they have a life and a job and possibly children. But hey, whatever it takes, right? You're doing the right thing. I guess not, Siskata. I must have missed it. Vallejo says, yeah, sad it's impossible for a world with everyone trusting. Will always be someone looking to use that. I know people are freaking nuts, especially guys. I hate to say it, but women are mean, but guys are fucking crazy. I mean, they really are. Like, I'm a dude, but I'm a pretty safe guy. You know, I'm safe, I'm trusting. I did not know how far men will go for their pride. I've been able to manage myself as well as I have because I trust my wife. You know, it's called trust. I'm not her slave. I say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And she says, "Well, you know, that's a little out there." And I say, "Okay, I don't do that then." Or, "Hey, I'm thinking of this. What do you think?" She'd say, "Okay, what's good?" And I don't make my decisions based on her, but I come up with something, I think about something, and then I consult my wife. You know, it's a healthy process. And we make sure to spend as much time together to make sure that we are able to make as many decisions together as possible, as opposed to having 8 to 10 hours apart. That's a weakness in our relationship. Any real man would know that. No offense, but it is, because the more time you get to spend together and learn how to handle each other, you get closer and you learn how to ebb and flow with each other as opposed to trying to put up with each other. And that 8 hours a day makes a huge difference. You know, maybe you go to work and you flirted with the girl at the front desk and you're embarrassed by it. But hey, you don't have to tell your wife. Or maybe she doesn't care all that much, right? Whatever. Or maybe she goes to work and there is a pretty ring on display and you know, it's just J.C. Penney. So she throws it in her pocket. No big deal. She doesn't tell you. She's embarrassed. Like, people make these choices and then pretend like it's never done and they never do it. Or they cheat the system somehow. Maybe they decide not to pay all the taxes on the car they purchase. They decide to make a deal with the person they're buying the car with. And they say, well, you know, whatever. Maybe they made well on one deal. But what about the rest? I am surrounded by a lot of people trying to bury me in hopes their past doesn't get dug up. It's pretty sick. I'm not out for blood. I'm not out for war. I'm just living my life. And people are telling me that that's making a problem for them when they're not seeing that I was afraid. And so the things that I told them were going to happen were only because of me thinking that was how the future was going to be. Things have changed. The criminals will go to jail. And those of you that are not criminals and have simply made mistakes don't have much to worry about. Quit worrying, because all you're doing is bringing to fruition the destruction of your own life and family. And it is happening. And I care about you. And that's why I'm willing to waste my own time on my content to talk to you through the screen, because it's that unsafe to talk to you in real life because you're that paranoid. Just calm down. I've got it. It's my job. Said to me, said straight to my face, it's not your job. And I said to you, it's somebody's job. It's my job. You're good. Calm down. That goes out to anyone that could receive this message and get what I'm saying. Just calm down. Because it's not that bad. Not for you. Not for you. I'm the one who's going to be spilling my guts on the floor for everyone else. And not for everyone else, but just that things go as they need to in a way that's healthy for everyone. But the criminals out there, they will be going to jail. That's just how it's going to be. That's how it was always going to be. And the acceleration of that process was an accidental benefit in the growth of my platform. I never wanted to do it, but I didn't understand what was going on. And I was much more irresponsible than I should have been. So if I get in trouble for anything, it's just going to be negligence, which might be a little community service, and I'll be okay. But beyond that, there are legitimate criminals who are going to go away for a long time. And the longer that they're spending trying to destroy my life, the only thing it's doing is taking them to jail more quickly, because they're literally putting themselves out in public, thinking that making a platform about me doesn't expose them even further for what they are. You're showing exactly what you are, and you're not going to sell anyone on your value. It's not valuable. Look at the people who are talking about me. Yes, there was a time for that. Now we have TMZ and not KMZ. We have TMZ and other platforms that are legitimate and established. That time has passed. You're too late. And what you're doing is just a crime. You're trying to repeat a process that's already been perfected, and you're too late. Washed up. Let it go. Just my thoughts. You have to have friends, though. Well, we could be friends. I mean, yes, real life friends are good. And we're working on that. It's just the people we have in our life are more associates than friends. Friends are tough to make, especially living the life we live. Life without friends is rough. Talk about the impossible. I know, it is damn near impossible. But we're working on it day by day, nice and slow. I had blocked the competitor flag too, just for social safety and for responsibility. Chaunchi says fishermen in tournaments release the fish back into the water. I know. I won't argue with you about it. It's all good. It's all good. Because I could argue as the Humane Society guy. But Chauncey, I've been doing this with a lot of you, is that I've been arguing points that don't belong to me just to try and show you the other side of it. And I think a lot of you have thought that was me, like having a mental breakdown and like jumping between personalities as opposed to just playing devil's advocate. Something I learned very well from someone in my past is just how to show you the other side of things and have that conversation. But I do actually get both sides of that conversation. That part that's why I can do it. It's because I'm doing it, being the actual advocate. As opposed to just any of the rest of the drama. I'm just doing a job that I have to do. And then maybe one day I can just move on from it. Are you a therapist? Not by any means. You are so nice. Oh my God. Roar. W2F. I don't know, Lisa. I have no idea. Why are your eyebrows so perfect? Just born that way. Where was that comment about a movie? It was just earlier somewhere. The desperation. North Korea is banishing pets and sending them to restaurants. What? That is bizarre. You look like Edward Norton. You should start a fight club. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Midnight, how's it going? That wasn't my intention. Oh, I would figure. You seem pretty normal to me. This is me trying to explain psychological war tactics to a sixth grade math or sixth grade history teacher. It's not your fault. It's just not your bag. You know, it's not what you've dealt with. Doesn't make you dumb. I don't know sixth grade history, you know? So it's just a different conversation. But it's always better for us to be educated. At least that's my thoughts. I'm just filling you in on why I can't tell you. It's much easier for me just not to tell you, right? And just make an excuse. But after what's been done to me, I would really love to disseminate this information so people understand what the hell's going on. And that way it isn't done to them. Because what was done to me is beyond criminal. It was inhumane. People like try to take my life. So even if it puts mine a little at risk, I'd much rather fill you in on what happened. It may not put my life at risk while I'm living where I'm living, but wherever I'm at in the future, you know, it's more important that we have this conversation. At least to me it is. Unless you guys tell me you don't even want to know. And that's what I'm waiting for, is for people to tell me they don't want help. But people have told me a lot that they want help. And then as soon as I gave it to them, they turned around and said they never wanted it. And so I've had a lot of people say that to me. And so now I'm like, do you not want it anymore? Did something change? I'm also wondering, were people trying to start a class action lawsuit by pretending they wanted my help, and in return, they would financially support the platform, which then made me look like I was any sort of bad way possible, working every possible angle at once they could. I guess I was right about me. And I was right about them too. Good guys always win. They finish last. Ladies love that. Right, Kate? I'd rather finish last with the spoils than never finish at all. There are people out there who can't finish at all because of the things they've done. And those are the kind of people that end up hurting me. The kind of people you see on TV. Well, I have zero dysfunction of any kind. And that's important to know if you're going to understand my psychology and that I don't have a pathology. What, bro? What, bro? I don't know. Do you like dogs? I love dogs. What kind of dog do you have? Assuming you have a dog, since you're asking. Are you watching the Karate Kid or original? I've seen it. Not now, though. I guess that good submission. That was a good guess. Good guess. They just okay. It's all good. Earl Grey. I don't know who that is. Whoa! Since I'm only the one mentioned liking the Orioles, I guess that was directed at me. Hey, let me say it this way. This is how far people have messed with me. The likelihood that you didn't do a damn thing, it's pretty likely. Trust me when I say that is the level of manipulation I have received. That is the level of torture that I have endured for years, while others were calling me nuts on screen because I didn't know that they didn't know that that was happening, because I figured everybody was talking and that no one was doing anything about it, as opposed to the people doing it actually kept their mouth shut. Well, I guess they had some damn good secrets to keep because it happened. So the Orioles thing, yeah, it was you, but I'm not. You're good. I mean, as long as you forgive me for coming at you, but I'm letting you know that really is how hard people came at me, to the point where they would use my past like that. And like it's an intricate subject that I barely even understand. I understand that part of it to a degree, but I also do my best to remain ignorant to deception and the art of deception, for the reason of not falling for the temptation of using it myself or becoming educated on it and then accidentally using it, because that happens too. Is that whatever we understand, sometimes we can implement it without cause, and I don't want to do that, even on accident. I'm sure I could discipline myself not to do that, but the subconscious mind is a lot more active than the conscious mind. Are so many people jealous of your fame? Because I'm not famous just yet. I'm on my way there. I've been on my way there for years, and people have just fought harder and harder to stop it, and there is no stopping it. And I trust the process, and they don't. And so it's going to be one hell of a show. But yeah, that's that. Hmm? Tea? Do I want tea? Thank you. Take that. Thank you. Although I didn't ask anything about movies. It's multifaceted. Another piece that I mean is that it'll be several people, and that's part of how they make me look nuts. Have in the past is they'll send several people in at once to do different jobs. That way, it looks even less believable. It's very believable. Take a look at my rescopes. It's not that hard to believe. Oh my God, these people are going to jail. It's fucking amazing. If you don't want to go to jail, I recommend coming to my broadcast. I may not be your saver, but I'm a damn good protector. Maybe I stand in your corner if you drop it now. If you don't, you are going to get dragged out into the court. It's not going to be my fault. Every single one of you will be subpoenaed. This is big shit. If you haven't noticed, I now have verified journalists and people of the sort who are beginning to follow me and follow my story. Google it. Or just look at my follow list on Twitter. At first, I was paranoid they were being paid by the haters, but more than likely they are unviable because I was looking at their profiles and I don't think they're viable. They're like me. They're just like, what the hell's going on? Let's hope. Don Bag says, you have a lot of stalkers. How do you feel about that? You should investigate them. I'm good. Not all that interested. Also, not my arena. It's just an arena people tried to drag me into to stop me from reaching my potential. Mulan will start streaming on September 4th. I'm hoping someone scopes it. September 4th. What is it on Disney Plus, I figure? Disney Plus. Chauncey says, gotta walk my dog. Talk to you later. All right. Chauncey, you have a good night. Thank you. JC Penny. I'm still learning how to be a storyteller, okay? Mad Max says, yo, dog lovers, listen to me. I offer you, okay. You doing laundry again? No, not today. Is it, no, I just have my shirt off. That's funny. Well, it says, is it possible to get Periscope on the computer? I think so. I think you can watch it. Typing, I don't even know. I've been on this for so long, I don't even know. It would be 200 times easier, hard to watch and type. I just got some cherry Coke. You put me in the mood for it, says Pub. Good stuff. Yo, Yosemite, don't fall for it. They're literally random people. They're like fake profiles. If they're not, though, they'll hit me up on Twitter. They usually do. If I accidentally block a real person, they usually just reach out. So they did back in the day. So I'm going to assume that it will continue the same because most people don't change, just me, apparently, and Kate. No offense. Apparently, it's only bad if I say it. Gal says, I can understand. Thanks for explaining. I thought I said something to offend you. Forgiven. All good. All good. I'll have coffee, please. Oh, we are all out of coffee, and I will not be buying more. I just want to see if I missed it. I don't miss it all that much. Yosemite says, Milan on Disney Plus. I don't have it, so hopefully Periscope comes through. Oh, man. All right. Well, good luck. Vallejo says, I think when you're positive and speak about good things, you have an intriguing personality, man. Thank you. As things get more positive day over day, it's that light is shining again. I've had a lot of people try to snuff out my light and keep me from being myself, to the point where I even like you see the look on my face, like I bought into that crap. Like I was losing me. And it's like a gang. It's literally like a gang and a cult. And people were trying to call me a cult to get me to buy into their cult. And they are the ones that are a cult of personality. It is, you have to agree upon this lie and everyone else is wrong. It was doing scary things to me. And I just woke up from it. And I still don't have the breath in my lungs yet. I'm still getting back to me. I don't take anything, no. Guys, as far as my wife is none of your business. That's sad. What's that? Vallejo says, I'm not being critical, just a heads up. I think is Yosemite. I always get that wrong. I understand. Thank you. I got that wrong before too. You let them win when they turn you bitter. Don't give them the satisfaction. God's honest truth. You're so right. I'm working on that, and it's not worth it. My lines got blurred on who people were and who, what were the good guys and who were the bad guys. And that's all. I refused to. I saw them trying to pull me over to the bad guy side. I promise you that anything you saw from me was psychological control. I mean that they took over my mind. And yes, I do mean that. And I know what I sound like when I say it. I do know what I sound like when I say it. I am telling the God's honest truth. I was brainwashed, I was hypnotized, and they took over my mind. There were 3 individuals. It came down to 3 individuals who cornered me. 3 men, middle-aged, all of them. All 3 professional criminals. One of them ended up living with us just to try and seal the deal. You can't make this up in a movie. And I know it's dramatic for some of you. It's real life for me. And at this point, I do not know how many of you were involved and how many of you weren't. But I was screaming to you. I was crying to you. I've been telling you the truth. I'm still telling you the truth. My story hasn't changed. It's not going to change. I'm not my sister. And my sister is more than likely buying into it to try and make me look less credible. Just last night, she ran a broadcast saying that she is now doing, look at guys, I am now doing better on my medication. This is real, and it's happening. My parents more than likely abused me as an infant. The state, the county, what have you, took me. My mother voted nolo contendere and then blamed the lawyers or this or that. My sister, raised, more than likely psychologically tortured into forgetting everything, now just looking to please mom and afraid of all men. And now offered the opportunity for fame, for gold, God, and glory, having absolutely no intellectual ability when it comes to ascertaining what's going on. She is being tortured and aggressively attacked on a level that is beyond the local police, beyond the state police, and would have to be federally investigated. And they're trying to keep it in state. And my psychologically tortured sister is just sitting on her phone. And my own mother, my own biological mother, is willing to run with it, just in hopes they get to cover up what happened to me. My mom's a fucking sicko. Maybe my dad was. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that the rib in my side says that something happened. Whether or not it was the doctors, I know what my family is choosing to do now, which is what makes me disbelieve that they were telling the truth then. If they're telling the truth, it's time for them to step up and start being honest. But I think we all know that's not going to happen. It's not in the Soroka bloodline. I'm disgusted to know that that's what I come from biologically when it comes to the way that they behave. I was raised by a family who may have been very emotionally disconnected, but they were honest. As much as they knew how to be honest, they were honest. And the deceptions they had, more than likely, they weren't aware of. And so my background is transparency, honesty, discipline, and morality. I was raised in a different home. No matter my bloodline, I was raised very differently. And although they didn't do the greatest job, I am a fantastic learner. And I was raised by baby boomers who have a very long background of raising children. Good or bad, indifferent, rough upbringing. Yes, there's a million different angles to this, and they're all true. I'm choosing the one where I learned from extremely seasoned parents who knew how to live their life. And even if they didn't know how to parent me, I did take after their example of how to live. I have the wisdom of the practice of how to live as a baby boomer, and I'm 25. And I may not have all their experience, but I saw the peace in my parents' eyes. And I know why that is. It's because they kept it simple, they stayed honest, and they always lived for the next generation. Something that Gen X, Gen Z, Gen Y, and everyone after seems to be losing more and more every generation. So I am still 25. And I'm a great guy. And I'm honoring every mother and father involved in my life by making sure to stay as honest as possible, as I always have. God bless you and good night.